Alright, playing some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. This is Hardhat. 6v6 team deathmatch. In case you don't know, it's a popular map from Modern Warfare 3. So this version has the same, pretty much the same layout. It's got a different cosmetic look, a more updated look. And whereas I think the original map is kind of like in this fairly remote area, maybe for technical reasons, but in this game you can see beyond the boundaries that it's in the UK. You can also tell by the language of the signage. And I think the reason why this map is so popular is because of its really simplistic design. It doesn't really take a lot of thought or a lot of time to get to the action because people tend to congregate in and around the central area, and there's like 3 different ways to get to it. Here they come, here they come. And I think a common feature of really popular maps is that they generally have like at least one or two really distinct visual landmarks, right? So I mean, for this map in particular, it's really what I always remember is like the pipes, all the battles I've won and lost in and around those concrete pipes, and just the central area in general. And so, I mean, I remember originally people seemed to think that like Hardhat would be like a gunfight mode, but I've actually played matches on Hardhat bulldozer with 10v10 settings, and I think this map really supports, you know, that number of players. It's not too hectic. It's still pretty enjoyable and manageable at the same time. So season 4 is almost upon us. It launches next week, Tuesday. Apparently, we'll get Scrapyard, another popular map from the previous Modern Warfare games. And Scrap is from Modern Warfare 2. Broadcast from the first Modern Warfare will be made available in season 4 as well. I know those 2 maps are part of larger maps in the either the war zone and or the ground war modes, but I don't really play them, but I'm excited to play them in the core modes. And data miners have found references to other maps, although those maps are they're new, they're unclear, so they don't seem to be remakes from previous COD games. And so, I mean, it seems like this season has taken forever, but that's probably because I've just played this game so much because of the coronavirus outbreak. So I probably, like, in prior seasons I would just kind of stick to my favorite guns, but I've kind of made an effort to like level up other guns and get camos. So I've probably gotten gold camos for like 5, 6, or 7 guns this season. So the Scar, the Holger, the SKS, the AUG. I think I also got gold camo for the SVD and HDR in this season. I think that's it. For me, that's a lot. But season 4 will have new weapons to play with. So apparently there'll be guns based on the Galil, the Chris Vector, the Barrett 50 cal. That's the one I'm really interested in. Finally, we get another sniper rifle. And there'll be new operators. Price will apparently be the featured operator, and then there's also Gaz from the campaign, Farah from the campaign as well. Probably some more Milsim skins. At this point, my team is sitting pretty. We're up by 17.
Oh.
And, I'm just looking forward to. I mean, I got to give Infinity Ward and Activision credit. I mean, this is like this. The planning and the unveiling, the gradual availability of new weapons and maps and skins. I mean, that's, and the fact that it's free, even though the updates are pretty hefty in terms of memory storage. I think it's a good way to go about it. You know, that's like the new normal in the gaming industry, right? Just games as a service, spreading out content to keep people coming back. It's pretty interesting. So it's not just like the way that games are developed and supported that's changed over the past couple of decades. It's also, I mentioned it before, about how like new information about games is spread these days, right? So it's like, whereas before it would be like mainstream outlets, big websites like GameSpot and IGN, and then before that it was print publications like GamePro, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and we also had like annual game shows like E3. That was the big thing. But like nowadays it's like E3 looks like on its way out the door for good. I mean, it was canceled earlier this year, and that was before the coronavirus pandemic. I've kind of like part of the wave, because I read GamePro as a kid, you know, and like I was originally an Xbox guy, so I would buy like issues of the original Xbox magazine just for the CDs that came with it, and they would have demos. Sometimes they would have like DLC for games. That's how I played the DLC for the first Splinter Cell. Just bought the magazine, got the disc, installed it on my original Xbox. Then you have games like Modern Warfare 2019, where it's like regular updates that are dozens of gigabytes in size, and then ultimately the total memory size of all of its updates will probably be like hundreds of gigabytes when all is said and done. And then you've got, I mentioned it before, you've got leakers, influencers on social media. That's how, from what I can tell, most people, including me, get their information about games like Modern Warfare 2019. But I do pretty well. Highest KDR in the match.